So I handed my notice in with nowhere to go. All I knew was I didn't want that. And I knew what it felt like to be in a different environment. So I couldn't stay. I knew just my integrity. So I couldn't stay for my own soul.
Yeah.
So I handed my notice in.
So being destroyed.
And I always say this is that I handed my notice in with joy in my heart, even though I had nothing to go to.
Was you not scared?
I was excited because I knew there was more out there and I'd figure it out. So I handed my notice in, and whilst working my notice period, the Arbonne had a meeting in that's sort of like the way they recruit new people. And I'd been to a few of these by this point, but one of the people in Arbonne said, come, there's someone that wants to speak to you. So when I went there was a chap there who had a claims management company, and he wanted to build a law firm. So he wanted to speak to me to see if I could help him with that. And I said to him, I remember, it was so funny. I remember because Owen was a baby at that time. He's 11 now, but Owen was in nappies and he needed his nappy changed really. And he was running round and I'm trying to talk to this guy in between, like,
watching you
Owen. And it was in, the Bolton Stadium.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was in there.
Oh, wow.
And have you been to the hospitality suites?
Yes.
There? It was in one of those. Do you know the corridors? Owen, if you can imagine the scene, Owen's running up and down in his nappy, needing changing, and I'm trying to have this business chat with this gentleman. And I said to him, right, I know what a culp is. Anyone who's in
legal,
should know what a culp is. Basically, as compliance officer for legal practice. Okay. So I know what a culp is.
Yeah,
I can be a culp because I'm more than three. I'm a solicitor. Yeah. And I'm qualified. But I don't know anything more about compliance than that. But I said to him, he needed that for to be a law firm. You needed a culp. Every law firm needs a culp. So I said, I can help you with your application and with the culp, but know that I don't know anything. I'm a solicitor, so I'm qualified, but I can,
do
blind leading the blind.
Yeah.
And I said that, was if you're comfortable with blind leading the blind, and he said, yeah, sure. So I did that. Help them get set up, help them get with their application.
And it was successful.
Well, they got their
authorization. Okay.
But it was that because when I set up all the manuals, I did it I was self-taught. Lexcel is a quality standard for solicitors. And that's what I thought. I don't know how to set up a compliance program for law firms, but did my research. Lexcel gives you kind of a framework. If I can make them compliant with Lexcel with the setup, then I'll know that they're set up right. So I literally self-taught.
Oh, wow.
Google was around then.
YouTube videos.
Yeah. So, okay, right. Lexcel, what's going through the self-assessment on Lexcel, what policies do you need? And then I just built them. I just wrote them. But whilst doing that, I figured out compliance is a thing, and it wasn't like it is now with all these compliance consultancies out there. They weren't out there. So I set up my stall, basically said I was a compliance consultant and figured it out. And just before GDPR came out, I learnt it. I read the statute, figured it out, just started lecturing on it.
Wow.
So picture the scene, we've got the nappy running around. I've quit my job, brazen, I'll figure it out.
I bet your husband's like, what's she doing now?
Don't. That's another episode, which came shortly after. But so the weekend after I finished my notice period, and I was pregnant.
Oh my gosh. Oh no.
Guess what?
What?
It's twins.
Oh no, kids.
And that was
the panic.
No, that was what have I done? I've quit a job that was not just a job, a successful career with a career path to partnership, where if we'll remember on my what do you want to do most in your life, make partner, right? Binned that off. Binned off
I'm just going to do something different.
Binned off the career. Maternity leave, obviously I've quit my job, I've got no maternity leave. I thought I could handle it with one extra baby. But with two, how am I going to earn any money?
Oh my gosh.
What am I going to do? So what I did do was whilst I was building up the consultancy, I started doing locum work. So it was holiday sickness stuff at the time, holiday sickness claims, if you remember when that was a thing. So I did that as a locum. And I would be at breakfast meetings. I would just...
Pregnant.
Even 5 days before I gave birth to twins, I'm out here.
Oh my God.
I'm out at BNI meeting, waddling in. 6 days.
Hustlers here.
Yeah. Well, I'm with my sister Anine, and you've met Anine.
Yeah.
Now,
I love her.
And she was a big part of that early entrepreneurial journey. She was doing the network marketing as well. So 4 or 5 days after I gave birth to the twins, they were at their first business breakfast meeting.
Oh my gosh.
Anine driving us. I've got it all on video. Anine driving us, twins in the back, 5 days old.
You're joking.
And then I went and lecturing on GDPR.
Oh, wow.
With the babies.
Oh my God, I don't even know what to say. 5 days, Kate.
Yeah, so that was
What made you do that?
What made
Did you just
do
think,
that?
I'm going doing it?
Well, what else am I going to do? Not go?
Wow. You're
It
incredible.
wasn't really a choice. It's like, well, you need to be doing it. But going back to my husband, bless him, it was before the twins were born. So I think at this point we knew we were having twins. He was not very happy with me.
Yeah. Well, you just quit your job, Kate.
It wasn't so much. It was the Arbonne stuff and the thousands of pounds. I've still not told him how much.
Let's hope he don't listen to this podcast.
A lot. I've paid it all back now.
Sorry, Dan.
Yes, but at that time I thought, well, I've got a steady stream of money coming in, I can pay it back. But no, and that was the first time I thought, I am the most reckless person I know.
Risk taker.
But at the time, because I was weak, I felt weak because I had the babies come in and I didn't have a plan.
But I wouldn't say that that's weak in my eyes. I think that is powerful and strong. Like, for someone to do that is strong.
I've just put the pennies just dropped me what it was. Why? And this is really important. Actually, I feel a bit emotional about this at this point. It was losing Dan's trust.
Okay.
And that if I know that he's there with me, honestly, I've just realised a second. If I know that he's there and he's letting me get on with it, I'm solid. If I've lost his faith, that's what it did it for me.
I've got goosebumps.
And that was it. So now, like, we're over it. I've paid it back. We're fine.
Yeah.
But now the risks I take in business or the risks I take, he's there behind me, solid. He's solid. And I think that's what gives me my grounding is the support I've got
with him,
and wider as well. I've got masses of support. But when I felt weak, it was when that support was withdrawn. And that's massive.
Yeah.
On that, and your strength comes from within, but you can also be really supported by your network.
100%. It's needed. It's a lonely place when you're like feeling like that, isn't it? It's like, you must be proud of you now with the business. Like, come on, Kate, you're knocking it out the park. We'll go into a bit more of that in a minute, but
I'll say what. So we'll say.
What's she up to now?
Yeah, he's used to it now. But we'll say. I'll say to him, and half joking, but not. It's like, oh, Dan, we're going to be rich soon. We're going to be rich. He goes, you've been saying that for 10 years. I was like, yes.
You're going to believe it.
Yeah. But I said, okay, you can say that as in, you've been saying that, you've not moved forward. But Dan, look at what we've built. Look at the business we've built. Look at
my erratic behaviour is paying off.
Yeah, all right. We're not that much more money in the bank, but that's because we reinvest because we're growing the business. So you can't just say, it's a pipe dream. You're just because we're building it. Yeah. Just the strategy is it doesn't mean we're living this rich lifestyle because now's a time in the business journey that we are nurturing it. Yeah. It's not time to pull from the business. It's time to nurture the business. But the money that comes in is eye-watering. Yeah. The money that goes out is equally eye-watering. Yeah. And as long as they're balanced, I'm okay. As if it tips the other way and actually there's more money going out than coming in, then we have a problem. But from my perspective, as long as I can pay salaries, I can pay liabilities, I can pay ourselves, we can continue to invest in the business, we're rich.
Yeah.
So,
and you're not in an environment that you don't want to be in.
No.
And you're happy. Happiness is the biggest thing. Like, I always say, I love what we do. It's a hobby to me. I don't mind getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning working. I don't mind working on the weekends because it's what I do. I love. And it's like, and I'm much happier than I was like that.
Yeah. And that's it. You've got to be aligned on what you're supposed 100%. To be doing, isn't it?
Yeah. So going back to starting the business, high risk. Risk. It was just you?
It was just me. It was just me. And it was, I knew I wanted to, in fact, when I first knew there's a business here, I said to someone, I spoke to a consultancy, a well-known consultancy. I won't name them now, free publicity, but there was another consultancy in our space when I was first getting into this space. And I said, do you want to, do you work with independent consultants? Yeah, we do. And they said, well, where are you go? What do you want to do? We support consultants. We grow their brand. And I said, I'd quite like to build a team of consultants across the country, really. And they were like, well, that's kind of what we're doing.
Oh, I bet they were like, get out now.
No. It was fine. It was a very honest conversation. We were both like, oh yeah, well, that's not going to work, is it really? Yeah. And but it was funny because then that's what I then went to do, but not straight away. Okay. So before I went on to build it, I had to learn my craft. I had to know what I was talking about because I was self-taught. You don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
So I went in as a consultant to another consultancy and learnt my craft. But that was very, very difficult.
What was that?
Because I'd come in at a level, I was a solicitor, 10 years PQE at that point. They expected that I knew everything about compliance. And I thought it was the code of conduct.
Yeah.
Genuinely. I thought it was. I thought, well, I know the code of conduct. I've read it.
Yeah.
I didn't know about anti-money laundering.
Yeah.
I didn't know about cybersecurity. I didn't know about data protection. I didn't, other than what I'd just read on the new legislation. I didn't know about professional indemnity insurance. So I was going into law firms, and they thought I knew it, but I didn't.
Oh wow!
But resourceful. I figured it out really
I can
quickly.
imagine.
And just to reassure any law firms that were speaking to me in those early days, you got good advice.
She did her job.
I was the swan kicking under the water. So you learn this from legal career. You've got to look confident, figure it out in the background. So I would go into law firms and not know it, but a question would be asked. So I'll just leave that with me. I'd figure it out. I'd ring whoever I need to. I'd find it out. I'd go give them the answer. So they were never in a position where they weren't supportive. Yeah. But for me, I had to figure out very quickly. But also to the firm that had employed me, I couldn't let slip that I didn't actually properly know this. So I had a lot of pressure on myself and a lot of guilt. I felt guilty, even though I was doing a good job.
Yeah,
I felt guilty. And at that time, I had 3 under 3. Oh, and I was going all around the country. So my confidence took a massive nosedive.
I can imagine.
And then I went in. So I did that for about 6 months. And the strain was on us as a family, really. And Dan was like, what's going on? We can't continue like this. And in fact, so then I started working in a local firm that I could walk to.
Yeah.
But I kept doing the consultancy whilst working at 3 days a week as head of risk at a law firm. And I remember this is another moment. I got a phone call whilst I was at work at the desk. Owen's teacher. We're worried about Owen. Safeguarding concerns. What the hell? And already feeling guilt,
Yeah.
So basically they're saying, well, we don't think you're doing enough reading with him. He's a really clever boy.
I would have said, you're ringing me and saying safeguarding just for reading?
Yeah, and wait.
Oh my gosh, I'd have said,
you're not reading
him. Me to death.
He's a really clever boy. But you're letting him down, basically, is what I was hearing. And then she said, and at lunchtime, are you feeding him? Because at lunchtime, he's eating off other kids' plates. I said,
he's
well,
hungry.
yeah, probably, because he's used to having the twins at home who are babies, and it's every man for themselves, or every child for themselves. And and he said he didn't have breakfast this morning. And I was like, yeah, but you know when you say to the child, have some Weetabix, have some toast, you're not having it, right, get out the door.
Yeah.
It's probably something like that, you know. So I remember saying to her, and I said, I'm sat at my desk at this point, and I said, he is loved. I said he is loved, but then, you know, but it's so tough. Yeah. It's so tough. So I worked, jumping back to actually the work. So working in-house as head of risk, that's where I learned what we're so good at today.
Yeah.
Everything's sort of a journey up to what you are today, but really working in-house head of risk, you've got to know things fast. You've got to figure stuff out fast. So a problem hits with a compliance angle. You've got to figure out what the problem is. You've got to work out how serious it is. You've got to work out how to mitigate that risk. Yeah. Formulate a plan very quickly, and do any research you need to do if you don't know that area, because it could be anything.
Oh, wow.
And then you've got to reassure the board. Yeah. Everything's in order. Here's the plan. Here's what I'm saying we need to do. Are you okay with that? Yeah. And you've got to package it up in that way very fast, that you don't spook the board, but you've also got a plan. Not just saying, here's a rule book, the answer's in there.
Mm. You're very personable, though, going on to that with your clients.
Yes. Very, 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 very much.
You literally will go through the full journey with them.
Yeah.
We know that. And like some of the stories that you've told me, I don't know whether we can touch on it, but where you've helped that the woman that needed the help. And
yes, I know the one you're talking about. Yeah. And there's been a few like that. There's been a few like that where I'm going through it with them and being 24-hour, you know, maybe not through the night, but, you know, all out of hours conversations, which I'm not charging for, to be honest.
Because you care.
Because we do, and myself and the rest of the team, is that when our clients are going through that, we roll up our sleeves and we're in it with them to make it right.
And that on its own is so unique. And because imagine being on the other side and that person feeling that when you're at home and you've got your own thoughts and that and you want to speak to, say, a solicitor, and you're thinking, I can't speak to them until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. That's not like that at high risk.
No. And that's it. Whatever time it is. And the other thing we'll do is say, we'll figure out what needs to happen and say, you need to speak to, because it may be a different specialism that we are, but we can spot who they need to talk to. And then we open up our network. Yeah. So that example.
And your network is massive.
But not only massive, but quality.
Yes.
So there's people in my inner circle, my inner network, who I trust with my life and my children's lives and my clients. So I'd say, you know, I'm telling you, you need to speak to this person, and I'll arrange the call, and maybe I'll call my person and get them to call them, or I'll arrange it, but I'll say, you have to talk to that person. And it's been the eyes and the when it's all going around them and it's stressful, they need someone to just show them how to fix it. Yeah. Not just say, well, the rules say this.
No, but actually care and be there for them, because a lot of people, like a lot of solicitors, can imagine switch off at 5 o'clock, you ain't got in contact with them. Yeah. And it's like you as like you've got the biggest heart and soul. And I know, like, if that person rings you at say 8 p.m, you're going to answer and you're going to reassure them that you're there to assist, you're helping. Yeah. And that in itself is just something else.
And that's what the whole team have got, that same sort of, that's what we sort of encourage. Yeah. Thankfully, it's not all the time like that. It's once in a blue moon that our clients are in that position, because yes, we help in those distress circumstances, but we also, what more likely is we help get the foundations right, so they're never in that position. That's the best way to be. And it's more profitable for us as well to be preventative.
Got to make money to run a business.
This is it. And it is, to be honest with you, I think you're very much like this as well, is that you care, and it's not all about the money, but maybe too much that way we are, is that
you can get burnt as well.
Right. We, you know, it's for the good of the business and the client if we are healthy in profit, because that means we can do more of the good stuff.
Yeah, 100%. Oh. And So the start of High Risk going
Yes.
back. We keep going off on a tangent.
I know. I hope people are following, or this might be on the cutting room floor. But...
Yeah, no, it won't be. I'm sure they're going to be intrigued in your story. So it started just you, and then.
So just me. So I was in where I was 3 days a week, and I said to them, "Look, I think we can make a business out of this. I think there's a specialism." And so the original, well, I changed my plans a few times, but I opened it up to them. Do you want to do this as a joint venture? Yeah. Ultimately, we couldn't quite agree on how that would look. So I knew, in fact, that was good learning for me, that I can't be held back. I can't be stifled on my creativity, or because I have very, very clear vision on what I want. And if anyone stands in my way, even if it's very reasonable, or even if I feel smothered or suffocated, I feel actually suffocated. It's a physical feeling, and I can't be my best self. Yeah. So when
you're a visionary founder,
and that's why I have to be at the top of the business. Yeah. And that's the reason, because otherwise I can't breathe. Yeah. And that's why I can't be an employee. I need to have no ceiling. I need to have no limit, and I need to have no one say what I can and can't do. Yeah. Creatively. Because otherwise I'll just say I'm not doing anything. I'll not do anything then.
Rebel.
Yeah. So very quickly I realised, I've got to be the master of my own ship on this. Nothing against them, just my own personality and my own drive is I can't have any parameters. I need to break through any ceiling. There can't be a ceiling. So I explained that to them, that I'll be doing my own thing. And the name Hive came from, I was walking over the hill locally to my mum's house. Yeah. And it just came to me. It's like Hive. It's just there. I wasn't even thinking, should I think of a business name? It just came to me, Hive. It wasn't Hive Risk at that time. So I played with different things like Hive Consultancy, Hive Compliance, Hive Risk Management. That one I played with a lot. Hive Risk Management. And then it was just through that creative process and also working on the logo, that's when it was Hive Risk. Yeah. And the penny dropped, and that was it. And, and now when people I've stopped correcting them now, but when they say Hive, I'm like, it's Hive Risk. Yes. You say with your brand, and I'll let it slide now. But I used to say, no, it's Hive Risk. It's Hive Risk, because it hits my ear wrong to say Hive. Yeah. It sounds too casual. Yeah. It's not Hive. It's Hive Risk. Like, it's solid. But you'll know what it's like with branding. Yeah,
100%.
It's so personal, isn't it? And then it sort of evolved. It wasn't, at that point, I'd forgotten all about my original conversation with that other consultancy where I want a team of consultants all across the country. I'd forgotten about that, because life wears you down, and it's all about, got to pay the mortgage, and my the school teacher's ringing me. And at that point, I'm not in creative mode. Let's build a consultancy. So when I decided to do High Risk, I just thought it was gonna be me. Yeah. And maybe
as if you thought that.
That's what I genuinely, I wasn't thinking to build it, but I thought, no, I'll just brand my consultancy as me. And the firm that I was working with at that time, I said to them, I'm going to step away, but can I do what I'm doing for you now, but delegate to a team? And they agreed.
Oh, wow.
They agreed. So I stepped away from it all being me to then compiling the team. So originally I had one part-time consultant, and I just paid them. When I got an invoice in, when I got paid for an invoice, I would pay them a percentage of. Yeah, yeah. So there was no risk for me
commission
financially.
Based.
Yeah, so it was a fee share almost. Yeah. So that's so built up in that way. And very quickly, within the space of maybe 6 months of holding myself out as this is what I'm doing, I had 3 big compliance as a service contracts.
Wow.
The 3 came in the same way. Can you be our head of risk? No. Okay. But I can deliver the same role as a service. Yes. And that's so those first 3, there was 2 local and there was 1 central London. That gave me the confidence to hire full-time employees, because I knew there was regular money coming in.
Yes.
So our first full-time employee was our now managing director, Justine. But I'm sure we've got it in the WhatsApp message somewhere with our now finance director, where I said to him, I never want to have employees. It's too risky, too stressful. I didn't. And
Did you
literally
not?
weeks later.
See, I would have thought that you would have done.
No, stressful.
Yeah.
You've got to find the money. You've not only got to worry about your mortgage, you've got their mortgage. Yeah. What if people stop paying? And so it was very scary for me. But then when I knew the money was coming in, and Justine, our now managing director, said, I'll come and join you full time and leave my proper job. I'm like, and of course I'd just been through the whole turmoil of what it's like to leave a job. And I was thinking, really? That's really high risk to do. But she was insistent. No, I can see what you're building. I'll come. So, well, we'll have to pay her. So she was our first employee.
Well, look at what you're both doing at the minute. It's absolutely insane.
Now we've got 15 on the payroll, or somewhere around between 10 and 15 on the payroll. I'm not ops now, so I don't need to worry about the detail on that sense. But we now have a big payroll. So I remember the first time that our payroll exceeded what I used to earn a year as a full-time solicitor, as a senior solicitor. And I'm like, wow, our payroll per month is more than I used to get paid as a senior solicitor for the whole year.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And that is like that.
Do you look back now and think, have I got here? Are you proud?
I am.
Good.
I am, and proud of the team. In fact, I think my biggest superpower on all of it is being able to get people to buy into what I'm doing.
People buy into UK. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, people buy from people, don't they? And you've shown them the vision. You've shown them, like, you're one of the hardest working people I know. And you do make some serious moves, woman.
We're brave.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm brave. And that's the other thing that I think sets us apart is that kind of feel the fear and do it anyway.
Have you read that book?
I don't know if I have.
Oh my God, you need to.
Who is it, right?
Oh, I can't remember his name.
It's not Richard Branson, is it?
No. But I can't remember his name. But yeah, it's a really good book.
I'll look at it. But it is that sort of thing. But everything we do, whether it's, going out to deliver a talk or putting something really vulnerable out online, it's that.
Well, let's go to that. Okay. LinkedIn.
Oh my God.
You're making some moves on there.
Really?
Like, what did I say earlier on? You're blocking the feed.
Yeah, you're blocking the feed.
Blocking the feed, Kate, but I mean, aside high risk, which you're doing absolutely incredible with, you guys are you consistently out there. You're also the co-founder of GBLO, co-founder of Lawyers Retreat. Lawyers Retreat with this year. GBLO has just been. We are only 7 months into the year. Now, you have just been constantly, like, bear in mind, you've got 3 children. How, as a businesswoman, are you doing all of this?
Daniel Burt. Like the wind beneath my wings. Genuinely.
Aww.
Because that he keeps that stability at home. And I know I've got his support, which allows me to fly out to Ibiza, which allows me to
build these other
things. And also, as well, that was the foundation where it's all started. Yep. Without that, I couldn't have done what I've done in the way I've done it. Yep. But then the second thing is building an incredible team.
Yeah.
And then that allows me to be, okay, so if I was if I was running high risk, responsible for everything, doing everything like I used to, I wouldn't be able to have the creative energy for collaborative things like Lawyers Retreat, GBLO. So what I had to do first was build a self-managing team. Yeah. And then once you know business operations are running without you, then you have the luxury, and many do see it as a luxury in it. And it looks like I'm just messing around on LinkedIn.
No,
there's a strategy to it.
Yeah, of course there is.
It's not just about party time. It's about doing things differently. So
I was just going to say differently.
I know that the business operations at high risk is covered, so I can afford to step away and do other things for the benefit of high risk. So what Lawyers Retreat and GBLO do, which some people miss, they don't understand why we do it, is it connects us in with our clients and potential clients, and also the wider community that is the legal sector.
Yeah.
And we understand in a more meaningful way what they're going through.
Yeah.
And it connects us. So there's some people, some law firms or collaborators or strategic partners that only know about us because of Lawyers Retreat or GBLO, and then they find high risk.
Right.
Other consultancies may, not just in the legal industries, or other businesses, think it's all about do the work, do it well, advertise your brand.
Yeah.
That's it. Anything else isn't related. For me, I see it so clearly, the strategic reason why we need to be wider than that. We can't just do the same.
Yes.
If we want to make an impact, we've got to do things differently.
Well, you are doing things miles differently than people in your industry. Yeah. I mean, Kate, what I love about you as well is your LinkedIn. You are just completely authentic. You are yourself and you're personable on there. And you know what? Anyone that looks at Kate's LinkedIn, just it shines through. You are making moves. You're breaking the mold within the industry, showing that it is okay to be human and be yourself. And also that doing the Lawyers Retreat, I mean, we got involved with you and it was just like, wow. And I had clients speaking to me from construction industry, from fire doors, saying, is this open to everyone? This is how big it will. My clients were ringing me like, Whitney, is that next year? Is it open to us? I'm like, it's just the lawyers at the moment, sorry. And
hey, can you get
other industries was taking notes. Yeah. And it's like, what you're creating and do is just insane and incredible, to be fair. I mean, we had the conversation this morning. I said, since January, I log on to LinkedIn, which is quite a few times a day, and Kate Burt is there. She's up to something. It's either there's a massive build-up in regards to the Lawyers Retreat, there's a massive build-up to GBLO, then there's the aftermath, the ripple effect and everything, like the people that loved being there, the comments, the collaborations. It's insane what you are creating. And you are, and a lot of people are taking note. And like I said, it's not just the law industry either.
And for me, it's ingrained in me. I need to be visible. Our business needs to be visible all the time. You get it. All the time. We need to be top of mind. I would really hate to bore people.
You're not boring.
Okay, so we need to, as a business, we need to sell audits, we need to sell risk reviews, we need to be known as the industry experts. But what I don't want to do is bore people with, do you want to buy an audit? Do you want to buy an audit? Do you want to buy
selling?
Oh, this is what the SRA is doing. This is doom, gloom, and sell through fear. What I'd rather do is collaborate, grow meaningful connections, and be known for doing those other things. Yeah. And when that happens, when that need comes, they go, Kate does that. Oh, Kate's business does that. And they know me from all the other things or know the business from all the other things. And then the need comes. Not, oh, who's that woman who always talks about
audits?
I don't want to be known as the woman who does audits. I want to be known as a collaborator, someone that's deeply ingrained in the legal sector, as a trusted professional who can help you with your audits.
I love that. Love that. Yeah. I mean, so going back, like we are on month 7 of the year. We've had Lawyers Retreat, GBLO. What is next?
Holiday.
You need it. Please go on holiday and take a rest.
Genuinely, but my mind's as yours will be as well. I'm in the shower. There's content ideas. I have to silence it. To be honest, it's annoying. It's like a curse. And ideas as well. And that's a skill to learn that I've had to learn, is to quell that. Yeah. Because there's no bottom to it. There's never a time I've run out of ideas. Yeah. That's quite liberating as well, because when some people maybe they'll steal your ideas or your business ideas, or I'll tell you a funny story about when Kirsty and I were in Ibiza before we pulled it off what is now the Lawyers Retreat, and we were in full planning mode when we'd had the idea we're going to do it, and you know what Kirsty's like, getting straight to the nitty gritty on things. So we were talking about shareholders agreements because we set up a limited company, and I said, if you want shareholders agreement, we can have a shareholders agreement. And I said, but genuinely, if you steal this, if you nick this, have it. I got 10 more ideas where this came from. And we're laughing. I said, run, take it. I don't need the legal agreement.
I love
I've
that.
been screwed over before.
Yeah.
Do it again, because you know what?
Oh, okay.
It's not, and I was kind of joking with Kirsty, and she'll kill me when she sees this, because we were laughing about it, but I also meant it as well, because that has happened to me before, where something has been stolen, and it sounds dramatic now. Well, it felt dramatic at the time, because it's your heart.
Yeah,
isn't it?
You take it personal.
Yeah, and the penny drop for me was, you can take the name, you can take the idea.
Yeah.
You can't take the creative energy that was born from.
Yes.
You can't take the passion that was birthed from.
Yeah.
So run with the thing that you've stolen.
Yes.
But that, you might keep the magic for a little bit, but that will over time.
Down.
And then you've got to figure something out or steal something else.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so passionate about that.
Oh.
But when you're creative, there's more.
Yeah.
So steal it.
Yeah. She's got some more. So what is next? Can you reveal anything that's going to be upcoming?
So just in terms of Lawyers Retreat, we're already selling tickets for Lawyers Retreat 2026. We've already got partners confirmed. I think you're PR by Whitney Williams are confirmed partner again.
We are.
Incredible.
We are.
As is Legally Speaking podcast, I can announce, is going to be our official partner again.
Oh, I love this.
So Rob Hannah will be out doing his poolside. No doubt we've not come up with the concepts or anything.
And the tickets are on
Eventbrite.
Yeah.
Eventbrite.
Honestly, people buy these tickets. It was the most game-changing retreat that I've ever attended.
For me, the creative process of designing the concept is so sacrosanct. I won't even allow my brain to go on to year 3, which will be let year 2 breathe.
Yeah.
Let that not permeate. What do you call it? Coffee reference. Percolate.
Yeah. We'll go with that.
Let that percolate, and then once we're rested, we'll come together again. I'll sit with Rob. Justin will be involved as well, and we will map out. But that planning session, when you come up with the new idea, is so sacred.
Yeah.
That I'm being sent ideas from other people all the time, and I won't even go there because that's a protected space. And there's magic that comes in that creative. So GBLO, it's happening 2026. We've not set the date yet, and we've not set the concept, but it is happening. The other thing that we're doing for High Risk is we're going big on the fraud campaign.
Yes.
So you'll be hearing a lot more from me about fraud. So that we've got the new failure to prevent fraud offence biting on 1st of September. So we're going to be a lot talking about that. We've got an incredible counter fraud team.
Brilliant.
And also about the AML audits as well. The SRA is still ramping up their enforcement against firms. So we're going to be there as a support. So what we're going to be talking about on LinkedIn is all about that as well. So lots to do.
There is lots to do. Well, I'm excited. And I just want to say, Kate, as well, we are so grateful to work with you guys. And it's just an incredible journey to watch. And you honestly do deserve all the recognition. You're an incredible person as well. And honestly, hats off to you. You are absolutely killing it. And you're the biggest inspiration.
But I do have to say that when we met, and it wasn't that long ago, so it was February, the February we met, and you blew the lid off what I thought was high energy and what I thought was sort of ambitious. And when we met, and do you remember I was about half an hour late, so I got in the traffic, and I left the meeting with you, and I felt like the doors had blown off. Genuinely. So, I mean, this inspiration of who you meet, isn't it? And how much of that, the Whitney energy, did we pull through the whole, do you know what I mean? 100%. And I remember when I left the meeting with you, and the last thing you said to me on our first meeting was, so you're up at 5 tomorrow. You're up at 5. You promised me. You messaged me. I'll message you. And I'm bloody up at 5 tomorrow. And that's it. And that's it, the 5 a.m. club. So you're an inspiration to us. And And also that the conversations because we go on our little 5 a.m. walks now, don't we?
Yeah.
And we do not stop talking from the moment. There's a big hug to start with. There's a stomp, putting the world to rights. And then by the time I'm back in my car at 6 a.m., I'm pumped.
Same.
Do you know what I mean? So it's your network, isn't it? It's all about
energy is everything. And it's crazy, isn't it, how you align with your tribe in life. Yeah. That's what I always believe. And I'm so grateful that you are my friend as well. But yeah, hats off to you, Kate. And thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you, Whitney.